What's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on this video. I'm back with another RC video, and today I'm just going to kind of showcase my foam track that I built and kind of tell you a little bit about how I built this foam track and the materials that I used. I do have some other videos, I'll link them below, of kind of a little bit of the process I shot and recorded. Problem I have with making YouTube videos is I get a little too busy working and getting it done, and I forget to hit record on there. So I'm trying to make a point to record and make more videos and kind of show what I got going on and what I'm creating here in the garage. But this track consists of pretty much thin plywood. It was like 1/4-inch plywood, spray foam on top of that. Underneath, I kind of built the structure of everything with a lot of hot glue sticks and a hot glue gun. I used cardboard, I used some foam, and I used quite a bit of just scrap wood that I ripped down on the table saw and a little bit of popsicle sticks to kind of structure this thing together. I spray foamed it. I used this Great Stuff spray foam. You can get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, you know, wherever. Any spray foam is going to work. They make stuff with for filling larger gaps, and then, you know, the standard stuff. I didn't really notice a huge difference whenever you're piling all the spray foam up. But the stuff's, you know, $4 a can for the cheap stuff. I go with the cheap stuff now. It takes quite a few cans of it to kind of fill the space up. But yeah, we threw the spray foam down, kind of dried that out in the garage. It's obviously winter time right now. I'm in Oklahoma, it's freezing, so that's kind of what got me into building this to begin with. Having a few of these 1/24 scales and then just needing something to do in the winter time and something to keep me busy, and it makes these a lot more fun. Yeah, back to the process. We're going to use the spray foam to kind of fill in everything that you build and kind of bring that rocky texture up. And you can zigzag, you can do lines, you can sit there and let it build up boulder sizes. When it dries, you can kind of cut it down and everything. But when it dries, people a lot of the time ask me how, you know, rugged, how strong is this track. And if you're running anything over a 1/24 scale, like a 1/16, or if you did something 110, it would tear into the foam, I would say. The 1/24s, they do great, but on the corners and stuff that you're going to be crawling and sliding, it does kind of tear into the foam a little bit. You can fix that with more layers of paint. One thing I kind of had laying around was some just a premixed grout, and I took this grout and I kind of rubbed it on some of these spots, you know, where it was going to get bashed and drug across more often, and it made it a lot more textured. And it made it a lot harder, too. So it helps it crawl up some of the steep stuff that you can just barely keep from tilting over. That's the fun thing. When you're building this track, to let it dry out and test some things out and make it hard, because if it's super easy, it's going to get boring really quick. You need to have some steep stuff in there. And you can go as simple or as intricate as you want. I picked up some of these trees from like an art store right after Christmas, so they were on clearance. And a lot of this stuff I just handmade. I got some diorama stuff, the grass and stuff like that, but I spray painted it gray. I did a little bit of hand painting with some brown on the wood, and I just kind of went through with some green paint and misted it along that spray paint. It does not really matter what you use. Some things will eat into the foam a little bit and some things won't. I have not really had a problem with the Rust-Oleum primer coats, the primer gray, and I have not had a problem with the granite gray. I finish that off. When I throw my texture, I throw my paint on top of that. Once I get all my grass and stuff down, I like to use this Krylon matte finish. It has they have an alternative Krylon matte finish product that's like a low odor product, and it's really nice for working in the garage, so you're not, you know, getting high off paint fumes, getting headaches. And it's been great so far. So I'm going to just kind of walk you guys around the track a little bit and show you some of the features. I'm about to start working on a project, another course for the 1/16 WPL RCs. They're a little more fun. I have more of them. They can be pushed a little harder, and the parts are more interchangeable. And now that I have this 3D printer, I will really want to use it to make not only RC parts, but I want to kind of print some bridges and some bigger water towers and just a lot more details for the course. So let's check out the track and then we'll wrap this video up. I'd say this feature right here, this incline, is probably one of the hardest things on the track. It's really hard not to flip. Kind of left a hole in this popsicle stick bridge we made. And you really have to get that back tire on that sand track right there to be able to clear that up to the top portion. A couple of these cars won't actually make it, they'll flip, so it makes it entertaining. It's like whatever vehicle you choose is going to be better at certain portions of the course. Makes it fun and challenging. Got a couple inclines here, some solid pitches to them, as well as a couple cool bridges. This is another portion right here with a nice little fun crawl and wrapping over this bump here. Up to the top tier is a pretty hard little turn without rolling down the hill there. Got another bridge over here behind the water tower. Kind of cruises down into the lower area, which loops around, has a few more crawling areas to go in it. I tried to put a lot of details and kind of do everything as scale as I could. This was the first time I've ever made anything like this, but the trees and the transformer poles and just a lot of details that made everything look realistic is pretty much what got me obsessed into RC cars to begin with. Building stuff for them more than just driving them themselves. Video may be a little vague on the step-by-step information, but I'm just trying to kind of capture what I've been doing and relay that information so you guys can kind of take it your own way and be creative with it. Pass some time this winter. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And everybody who's been commenting cool stuff about my videos, appreciate those. Keep leaving those comments. If you don't subscribe to my channel, subscribe now, because as soon as I stop recording and post this video, I'm going to start production on the next 1/16th track that's going to be bigger. I'm super excited about it. It's going to take over a lot of my garage, which I don't have a whole lot of space in here, but it's going to be a good time.